All right, well, welcome back to Unravelin Gravelins. Thanks for taking your seat, Matt. While he's taking his seat, why don't you reach down and grab your subscribe button, or hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the notifications. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Why are you shaking your head?
We didn't go over it this week.
Yeah, I didn't rehearse it right before we came on.
Somebody got stage fright again.
Stage fright. Shit, I ain't got no fears, bro. That's a lie. I got
up there and airballed that free throw, son.
Huh?
So you got up there and airballed that free throw. That's easy points.
What free throw?
The notification bell, subscribe,
the
like.
metaphorical free throw. I'm like, I ain't played basketball in years.
3 point. You shot 3 free throws, missed all of them.
See what happened was, I just wasn't prepared for that because, yeah, whatever.
So you guys up to since we saw each other last?
Easter. Fucking had to put my nephews through wake them up at 5:30 this morning. Made them work out for 2 hours.
Before school?
No, they got OSS, so they kicked out of school. So I had to fuck them up.
I ain't never got OSS. I went from being a good student, never went to the principal's office. Hey, you got 30 days. Come back later. Right. I ain't coming back, bro. That was crazy.
I'm more scared of going home than to the principal's office. Because I went to the principal's office, shit was going down.
The only time, I guess I went to the principal's office twice, and they were in the same year in Greenfield.
You were only in school 6 days the last year.
Okay, so not that time. I was talking about with Furwalt that one time. When you took my phone in another person's class.
Hey, are we still on that?
You took it away to just have to go back to the principal to get my phone.
Didn't we make Dina go get it?
I don't know.
I think we made Dina go get it.
I didn't get it. I don't know. I don't think I got it back for a month.
Well, that was my train of thought at the time, though.
But I had a car, but I wasn't grounded. I just didn't have a phone. So you were like, man, I don't know what this motherfucker is half the time.
Digital leash, my friend. Digital leash. Get your kids one.
I don't know. That's almost. That's an anxiety now. Like everybody has digital leash, like you were just saying.
Yep.
You know where everybody is at all times. Like I don't know where my kid is. We'll just. I mean, worst comes to worst, cop can ting their GPS or whatever.
Right.
But it's like just not knowing where somebody is. Like that probably wasn't a fear people had back in the 80s, huh? Is the street light on? Where are them damn kids at?
Like 3 days, damn, where is my kid?
But the fear has been generated by propaganda, and they just, the news sensationalizes all the bad things.
Yeah, I got 80 acres. I got my kids DD guns and pocket knives. Like, just go disappear in the woods, dude. Like,
so over time, when I was a kid, it was just like, all right, it's 8 o'clock. Get the hell out of my house on Saturday morning.
Don't come in until you're eating a sandwich and get back outside.
Lock the door, drink from the hose, play outside. You can come back when the street lights come on. There was no fear of anything happening to kids. But over time, that's just what we've done as a society. We've just created this story about how bad it is.
Yeah, and then you can also get these apps that show you every bad motherfucker that lives on your block.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
Are you on that? Are you on that app?
I'm sure am I?
Yeah.
I'm not on it, but I'm sure my fiance looks at it.
Oh no, I meant like, are you the bad guy on the block?
Fuck no.
No, there's much worse. But no, I just think that's what, as a society, that we've done is we've just triggered this fear in everybody to react to everything. So when I was a kid, we'd go out on Saturday. You'd, one, find friends. Two, you'd go out and do something with people. Three, I guess.
Small town America still is like that.
This was Reno, Nevada.
I know. But I'm saying small town America is like that.
Sacramento, California. Big towns I used to do it in. You don't do that in big towns now.
I guess I heard a question the other day, and it was, when was the last time you knocked on somebody's door and you didn't know if they were home or not? You probably was like 12, right? I'm just going to go over see if...
Well, when did you get your first cell phone? Because that's about the time where it all took off.
Still then, you still called.
No, yeah, because you didn't have text messaging.
when I first got a cell phone, I was a loser that didn't have any friends. So I was
No,
always
that's
at
not what
home.
I'm asking, though. About the time you got a cell phone is when cell phones took off. Dina got one in 1998.
Yeah, I know. When I
know
when
what
I
I'm
got my
saying?
first cell phone, it was still like 33 cents a text or something.
Yeah. The
I didn't get that
you
shit
didn't
till
get
like
text.
'08,
But it was
09.
at that point that it changed because right at that time, then remember how we went to nights and weekends and you could text and call all you wanted on a weekend.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's when it started transitioning. That you started to know where everybody was at all times. There was just no question. You could always find someone. That's why you got one, is because it was a digital leash. I had to call you, but I could get a hold of you.
We've told this many times, but I still won.
Yeah, you did. That's not my point. My point is
It's
that,
my point.
that and now you can't even lie to people.
Yeah, I got 2 phones now.
I know.
I don't know if my watch knows where I'm at.
I
No, they something.
But
hard.
Half the people I know, like, man, I wish you would just leave.
But and I'm not trying to start a conspiracy theory or anything, but you know they have that Find My Friend or whatever, and all these games come out where you're on a map playing a game. Which one did that last? That was a big ordeal. Was it like Snapchat? Put you on a map?
Snapchat's still on.
Pokemon
there.
Go?
Pokemon does it. I mean,
Well, I mean, fucking
they all
Facebook
track you.
Messenger used to have it. You could send it and then look at that, and then you could see exactly where they sent it from.
What'd they do? Give you latitude, longitude coordinates or something from where it happened from?
See,
No,
I thought
it just gave you the address.
I thought my old lady was always.
But that
trying
was
to ping
only
me.
for a short period of time, and they got rid of that shit.
Like,
You could always turn it
we
off.
all got Google, right?
Yeah.
Google phones, Android.
Oh, man. Well, yeah.
You guys ever typed "where you at" and then it has like that little?
Yeah.
Man,
That
I
little
thought
G symbol
the
for
the old
maps.
lady like would always, because it goes both ways. Like if somebody asks you where you're at, you can hit that button and send them where you're at, or you know what I mean.
Oh,
You know what I mean.
right.
Yeah,
Because
so
it
the-
shows.
So like,
you
I thought my old
send
lady
the
was always like
location.
trying to get like coordinates and shit. I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about,
Your
man."
phone does that. ain't me
But that's
sending
that
it.
paranoia
Yeah.
that sets in. And I don't know if it's paranoia. Like,
I ain't
why
even
are
doing
you
nothing
tracking
wrong.
me?
It's like, yeah, why are you tracking me, dude?
But that whole "why are you tracking me" type mentality, I have. I mean, I don't use many apps. I think I use Twitter to correspond with you guys.
Here we go with this shit.
How
I don't
many?
have Facebook.
What, just as a percentage, what apps on your phone don't you use? Like you downloaded it like for like a
There's
week,
lot.
used it for like a week, and
50%.
then I say it probably like 85. Then I use like 7 apps, and I have
Yeah,
like
me
100.
too. And then when I go to like delete them, I'm like, no.
But what if I need it?
Yeah.
Oh, you can download it again, but
Exactly.
The
it's a fear of disconnecting. You know?
there's a huge fear in this country about disconnecting from people. On the other hand, there's some of us who are trying to disconnect again. I miss the day where, so when you have a cell phone, one of the problems that people have about that fear of being disconnected. So if you correspond with your old lady all day long while you both are at work, you know, even if it's just 5 texts you send and she sends 5, there's nothing new when you come home. There's no separation of
Yeah.
life. There's
What are we?
nothing that
What
you-
are we going to talk about now?
Right. And
We've
then
already
when you get
talked
home,
about it.
and you
yeah.
just sit there for 2 hours, and you don't ask how their day was because you already asked them.
Because they already said, oh, this motherfucker pissed me off at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so instead of the 30-minute conversation when you get home, you had that
Right.
30-minute conversation over 8 hours all day.
Right. And so you don't need to know that.
Hey, what
information.
pissed you off
so
today?
You
It's
are
already in your phone,
disconnecting because you don't give them your attention. You give them the pass in your passing time. So like, I'm a teacher. I have 5 minutes between classes. Read a text, send a message, go on to teach next class. I'm not giving anybody any attention. But that's that fear of disconnected. You know, you got to be like, where are you? What are you doing? How you know, it's all that. I want communication. I want to talk to people. And I'm just telling you that it kind of ruins things. And that's not to mention how you interpret text, which is a whole different ballgame.
yeah.
But
Yeah, that's why I call motherfucker. I'll talk to you for 8 seconds before I send my. This isn't the way I've always been. This is the way I'm
and
trying
that,
to be.
But then that also, I believe,
The
I'm kinda like you.
punctuation.
Like if I
and
know what I'm
all
about
that.
to send you can be misinterpreted, I call you. That's just it. Or if I'm driving and I can't text. But for the most
Man,
part,
dude, talk to text. He's saying I say some crazy
I
stuff.
know. That's why I slide.
the
If I
but
have to.
You
I don't
what?
know.
Slide text.
Does that work? I feel like it never works for me.
Must not use enough.
Well, you also have to start in a certain spot, have the right motion.
Well, yeah,
where
you
go
start,
over.
you go over all the letters, but
Right.
you don't physically type them.
Yeah, and then it's just a guess on their part, just like autocorrect half the time.
It's pretty good for me.
Y'all remember T9? You probably
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you have a phone by then? Yeah. I thought
Well,
you
got
would just
a phone
already
in
have the.
08, bro. I got one in 09.
'Cause I thought you had the flip phone things.
Yeah, I had the fucking slide. You know, the fucking slide and it had the whole keyboard.
Yeah.
What were those called? Those were so badass back then. But fuck that phone. I dropped it on the bed. Literally sitting there and I just went like that and that bitch went black.
I had a lot of hand-me-down phones because
Yeah,
I
me
broke a
too.
lot of the ones I bought.
Me too. And they're always like, you got through so many phones. Duh, I get all hand-me-down ones.
You know, and
motherfucker.
we used to yell at you back then. If it was now and they were 99 cents, we'd be like, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
now my kids have
But
laptops in their pockets.
The
Exactly.
reality of that, it was more of learn to take care of your
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
If it's important, you need to learn how to take care of your shit.
Definitely.
It's a lesson that went out the window the day I turned 18.
Oh, I bet. Yeah,
My wife's gotten that in me a lot because I don't take care of my stuff.
yeah, I believe.
And
that.
then it's like, why do we have 9 of these? Oh, because I couldn't find the other 8. So I had to go buy another one. Now I just got a pile of shit I don't use that I haven't used 9 times. That's why I have 9 of them.
Yeah.
So I use them all once.
But anyways, what kind of other stuff you guys fearful of?
Death, that's really my biggest fear.
Are you scared
Why-
of it?
why
Are you scared of death? Or are you scared of not living?
Death is not living.
No, it's like I guess I don't mean it that way. Like death is like the end, or just like living like a boring life and never really living.
No, I'm scared of dying.
Physically
Like,
or mentally is what he's asking.
Yeah.
physically, obviously.
I'm not scared of death in a physical manner. I just, with me personally, death. The only thing I worry about death is are the people that depend on me going to be okay? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not scared to die. I'm just scared of what my death.
I'm just scared of
means.
leaving. Scared
Well,
of leaving the
exactly, but
people.
it's still
Yeah.
That's still you dying. That makes you.
Well, I
scared to
guess
die.
just the way I'm thinking of like death itself, or like all the rest of it. I guess, yeah.
Both.
Just the whole kit and
Yeah,
caboodle.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't
I
walk
guess I
around fearing that everything I do is going to kill me.
definitely not. I'm not like.
Okay, so then we're talking about the same
I was
thing.
gonna
We're
say,
just
like, I
saying
don't-
it's
I
different.
guess.
Yeah.
I don't get on an airplane and like, oh my god, this one's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like constantly
not-
scared of stuff that's gonna
Yeah.
kill me.
Yeah, and I don't know. I still drive a car, you know.
Like-
I was fucking speeding today. I'm not. But at like the same time, I am scared to die for sure.
I'm scared I'm playing with this too much in the first couple episodes with them.
Yeah,
The
for sure. That's my like right now. I was honestly thinking about that.
Well, death or
You know.
playing with your mic?
No, my fears, and I would have to say for sure that'd be my biggest one.
fear of death,
I don't know.
consequence in life.
I mean, big fear I got
And
is
not
dying
even
alone.
everyone else's life.
Well, you're a new dad. I mean, you got
Yeah.
to be fearful of dying
Yeah.
based on your kids.
Yeah,
I'm a little less with that with my kids
yeah,
because y'all adults. And let's just be honest. If I went, I've already done my job and tried to get you how to be men and do what you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
with little kids, it's a whole different ballgame.
and I don't know. I just feel like I'm an important piece to the family.
You're the main cog over there, ain't you?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, it's a two-headed
just with
horse. I
everyone.
get it, but yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I got a lot of people that look up to me. So
And they depend on you.
yeah,
I mean, just point blank. So when you guys were little in our house, and I'm not trying to say that women shouldn't be paid or anything like that, but just the way it worked out was I made more money. If I left, more things would change. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that I
Yeah.
was the most important. I just had a job that paid the best money. And so that's why my fear is that if that was to happen and I was to go, then you have to revert to a single mom trying to raise kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's why there was a fear, and it stopped me from doing some stupid things, and why
yeah,
that like drinking and driving. So I'm not saying that I've never had a couple beers and then drove.
I would never say I've had a beer and drove. It's a public record.
But I'm saying that Dina drove most of the time because she didn't drink. Also, on that same note, if we both had a couple beers and we were jumping in the car, she drove because if she got a DUI, it didn't affect her job as it would mine. So I'm not saying DUI. Drinking and driving's right. Uber is the greatest thing to ever happen. It's the best insurance against DUIs ever.
You think insurance will ever pick up drunk driving Uber tabs? Hey,
I'm just saying they
you
should.
could pay this $19. You could
That'll
pay
get you a lot of customers, especially if you're the first motherfucker.
Yeah, think of the general. Hey, dude, we'll
Or
pay for
even
drunk
cover-
Ubers.
Cover your fucking driver fee and all that shit.
Yeah.
Or you mean just
turn
like
this into insurance, you know? Like you pay the distance, but you know
they
that-
pay
that
they
have
pay
all
the
that-
$3.99 or whatever.
Yeah, if you're drunk and you fucking do
They
that, send this
reimburse
into
you
your
$6 or
Yeah,
whatever,
whatever.
for an Uber.
How
I
do
mean,
we know
that's
you're
half
drunk?
of it, right?
We picked you up from
Oh,
church.
you
How
do.
are you drunk?
It has to be on
A little bit of sacrament.
A little bit too much free wine at the communion.
But yeah, I mean, so when you guys were younger, I was more cautious of things. Not saying that I'm out there, just dousing kegs of beer and driving, but those were things that stopped me from doing certain things was because of the consequence that could happen. No job, if DUI for a teacher, not good, not good.
Not good.
Get in a wreck, die, not good. So there's a lot of things that play into what I do, even today, because like now I want to be around for grandkids and stuff like that.
And also everyone else dying. I'm also scared of that.
Well, you've had a lot of problems with death in your life. I mean,
That's for sure.
you had a best friend and a girlfriend, right?
In 2 years.
It's crazy. I've never had nobody I know ever died besides my dogs.
Yeah, which is tough on you.
My dogs. Sorry, I was whispering. Sorry. Which lucky for me. I mean, I'd rather the only things I've ever lost be dogs. That is a fear,
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I have stepkids. If my wife died, not only do I lose my wife, I lose my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That is a big fear. Dying alone. And I've done a lot of stuff in my life to where I should be alone.
No.
We all have.
Yeah. Trying to work on that kind of stuff, but that's the scariest thing to me is pushing everybody away and then nobody's at your funeral but the pastor, and it's not even your pastor.
So would you say you have a fear of failure?
Yeah,
That's my probably.
I've not done a lot of stuff in my life because it's easier to not do it, not do it than it is to maybe face the fact that you might fail.
Well, that's a lot for your generation. As a teacher, I've watched it. When I first started teaching, kids would be wrong all the time, and it's not like they were happy they were wrong, but they would try, and maybe come up short.
And I think a lot of that just comes from the accident. I had a lot of stuff just taken away from me that was way out of my control.
Yeah.
So maybe if
you couldn't.
if I was the cause of something happening, maybe it was easier and having something just taken away for no reason. Scared to put myself out there a little bit because any given moment you might not be the dope ass baseball player, the football player, the guys all the girls like anymore. You might wake up in a hospital.
Yeah.
That's some of my fears.
For sure, bro.
Pretty deep. I don't know if we're meant to go that deep,
it's all
but that's
good.
kind of what this was for. I thought is
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I just
Trying to get over that fear of public speaking, dog.
I don't really know fear of public
I don't have
speaking.
fear of public speaking.
Oh, I do. That's why I cry.
I don't like
That's your way.
like if I was the Wizard of Oz and like people could just like hear me talk and not see me. That's great. It's the people looking at me. Like this is easy because it's fucking
Just black
camera
box
over
in the
there
corner.
and just my brother and my dad.
Yeah.
We still need to put a face on that thing. That might be scary though.
The No, I mean, as far as public speaking, I guess I can't be scared of that because that's what I do. Now,
I can't be. I passed that class.
The other side of that is I don't go looking for opportunities to speak in public, as you know.
That's people that you get comfortable with, though. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
So I got a shtick on day one. I mean, I sit there and I memorize
first couple
people's
days
names.
are probably
I do the same
routine.
basic dancing.
Yeah, you got the same template.
Yeah.
Till about 72 hours.
And then people become their individuals and you know their names, so on and so forth. So it is a comfort. But I do the same shtick every time the new school year starts.
Yeah, 'cause people are easy. It's a person that's hard. You know what I mean? No, like people are just like random people that don't need nothing, just needing the passing.
Yeah.
But like to get to know a person,
That's hard work.
that's hard work. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of effort. Yeah.
Well, anytime you have, and you know, people go, "How many friends do you have?" I was like, "What do you call a friend?" So, the way I know if a person's a friend, I know their middle name and their kids' birthdays. I mean, that's just basically the way that you judge how much you have invested in that person, how much you want to know that person.
Oh, shit, I'm probably that uncle and brother and nephew and grandson, and I don't know everybody's birthday.
The
Yeah, thank the Lord for Facebook.
but I'm just telling you, I was also that was, you know, and then back in the day when if you knew their phone number, now you just got to know their name and say, hey.
Yeah, I can still tell you Aunt Kim's number from when I was in like second grade.
Yeah.
859-5968. She don't live there no more. So,
Might be someone's number.
yeah, whoever you're calling, it's not my Aunt Kim.
But back in the day, that's how you knew when someone was your friend when you were in school. It was like, do you know their phone number? Because if you didn't know their phone number, how good a friend were they?
Right.
For me, when I early '90s, late '90s, early 2000s, you know, the internet started coming out. But that's how I knew if that was a friend. Now today, you can just go on anything, find their kids' names and their birthdays, and
Yeah.
so it's not the same now.
Should be a fear of a lot of people putting too much info out there.
Oh, that's kind of why I backed it all down.
Like, I don't even post vacation pictures till I'm home. Motherfucker, you ain't gonna know I'm gone yet.
But yeah,
That's not fear. That's
just common
the
sense
truth.
nowadays.
Yeah.
The
80% of the crimes that ever happened to you are the people that you know. Whether you're
and I bet you
whether
that
you're
number's up
robbed,
there.
whether you kidnapped, whether
yeah,
identity theft, like all that shit. 80% of those crimes are committed by somebody you know.
yeah, most crimes against you are by someone you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Against you.
Yeah, I believe that too. I mean, just
And that's obviously a rough. I think it was like 70 something, like the 80s. I like zeros and fives.
yeah. I'm with you. I believe that to be true. Anytime someone's ever stole from me, it's because I let them in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bet you that's true.
Anytime somebody's ever stole money out of your bank accounts because you let them use your debit card to go get this one thing.
Yeah.
You gave them $100 and then they never gave you your change back. That's all it is. That's maybe larceny.
But yeah, you're absolutely right on that. I don't know. But my fear, I think, is kind of, I don't know, this is going to sound kind of weird, but snakes are kind of my thing that I tend to fear the most.
You really don't like
Their
snakes?
biggest fear is a snake.
Mm-hmm. That's my biggest
Good thing.
Nothing like.
Good thing you don't see me naked
I don't
no
know.
more.
Of course, I'm scared of a snake when I see it. I just, whoa.
Oh shit! There's a snake.
You know, which is
It's not like, oh my
alright,
God,
but I
there's
can't
a-
say that's like my top.
It's not like, oh my God, there's a snake
I was
right
thinking-
there.
You know, I don't fuck with spiders either.
Yeah.
Like, does it have to be like a certain size for it to scare you? I guess. Are we talking like the comical scared? Like, oh my God, it's over there. Like, I got to stand on a chair.
No, so I had a friend who used to have a boa constrictor, and he used to hold it all the time. He was like, "You want to hold it?" I'm like, "I have no desire to ever touch that fucking thing."
I see.
None.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
but
that's
you
a
didn't,
snake. Now that's a
run
snake.
out of his house and never talk to him again, did you?
No, but he kept him in.
I guess that's an irrational fear.
He kept him in the box.
Unreasonable.
So I mean, so I understand the logical part of snakes in the box. Can't come get me. If he were to walk
But see,
close
if I
to
had
me
a
with the
friend
snake,
with a snake, I wouldn't go over to his house.
Yeah, that's
Straight
easy.
up.
Well, I mean,
that's an easy way right
Straight
there.
up, like
but I mean, that goes to that irrational part because there's snakes all over the place. I can walk in my backyard and get bit by
I know,
a
and if
snake.
it's back there, I'll fucking walk away from it.
Dude, I've seen some big old snakes out on my land.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And so,
I seen the one with my dogs in the house. He was fucking it up.
and
Well,
so,
there was-
my fear isn't by the sight of snakes. My fear is snakes coming in contact with me. Does that make sense?
So Australia's out of the question.
So how many like snakes have you like encountered that's touched you?
Well, I mean, like when I lived in California, and I'd play in the rock. So we lived at this one place, and I forget the name of it now, but basically it was in a little valley, and then there was a mountain that was just made of all rocks. And so
What a childhood.
and so when you went out to play, you would go out, and then there were little caves and stuff like that in these rocks that you could crawl through and stuff like that. And I mean, when you get in there and you hear what sounded like when you get over to the rocks, sunny day, hot, snakes out because they want to stay warm, and you're walking and you hear what you think is a rattle of a rattlesnake, you turn around and you leave.
Well, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
I feel like that's just a controlled fear. You can control. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
guess
it is
you
my
can-
biggest fear.
I don't know.
My biggest reaction would be if I came face to face with a rattlesnake versus a clown versus a tarantula. I would have the most reaction to a snake. But I don't fear dying. I don't fear.
Like,
I'm not claustrophobic.
I'm claustrophobic.
I mean,
You can't be, can you? You were broken of that, weren't you?
yeah, as I say, I mean, I'm not gonna like sleep in a shoebox or nothing. Like fucking little closet that like elevators don't bother me. I can fit under some shit fairly well.
Yeah.
It's like claustrophobia. I can like deal with it, but I do.
Weird you out after a certain time.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people in the elevator, and I'm like all crammed in there.
Man, you never at Chris Angel show we used to watch? I don't know if we're getting buried alive all the time.
Yeah.
Now that's a real fear right there.
Yeah.
Buried
Being
alive.
buried alive.
Yeah.
Well, I just go with the statistics thing.
I know it's funny because when I was growing up, I was scared of drowning, so I was like always a real good swimmer. And it's just funny that I ended up being burnt. It's the opposite,
Do you still have
motherfucker.
that fear of
Like
water?
I know I've never had a fear of water, but
You always think about drowning when you get in a lake.
my cousins dunked me a lot when I was a little kid.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember how I learned how to swim, but one of the ones was you threw me in the deep end one time,
That sounds about right.
and then Michael and Matt were always like, "Well, if you fucking want to hang out with us at the pool, we're going to the 5-foot end. And when you're 3.5 foot, you're just trying to fucking hang out with the big kids."
Yeah.
So that's what then, you fucking nose and mouth full of water, just fucking gross. Yeah. That's,
I don't have a fear of heights, but I do have a fear of falling.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Like I thought skydiving would be dope as shit, and then the wife thought me like some gift certificates or whatever to go skydiving, and I kept holding on to. I'm just too big. Like, they charge you $1 for every pound you're over, and I'm like 45 pounds over, and this is already. You know what I mean?
Kept talking your way out of it.
Being up high doesn't scare me,
Yeah.
but coming down real fast does.
Yeah. For
Like-
sure.
Do you guys ever go to New York?
No.
Well, I looked off the observation deck on the Empire State Building, and it's up there.
Yeah, like I went up on that.
It's fucking up there,
Is it
bud.
the something tower in Toronto?
I never
Yeah.
So
Never
that
been
was
outside the
the
airport in
tallest
Canada.
tower
Oh.
in the world, I think. Maybe.
No, that's in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at one time everything was the tallest building.
Yeah,
that
probably.
They go, well, it was the tallest
Yeah.
building up until 1963.
Yes, you weren't.
But,
Didn't you?
but you could actually go on the glass fucking thing and look
Oh.
up and go out and everything. And I did that just fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to
Yeah, you know, all
paint. I used to
solid.
go up fucking 40-foot ladder with a pressure washer and fucking clean up the gutters and shit.
I need some
But
gutters
there's
cleaned.
still a part of me that's like, oh shit.
Well, have you ever fallen?
What?
Have you ever fallen?
Off a ladder, yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, so the basic idea that fear is in us to make us alert to what is around us. So like if I was a roofer, and at one point I got real lax because I'd never fallen off a roof at all. And then one time, and I don't know if I fell off as much as I jumped off, because shingles started sliding down the roof chasing me, so I had to go off the roof. And so jumping off a 14-foot, it was 14 feet from the ground to the roof edge. So it wasn't like, I jumped 6 stories, but
Still high.
it's still high when you're jumping to
It's a lot of inches.
I don't know, about 1,500 pounds chasing you down a roof. You kind of try to get out.
Oh, so like the whole pallet of shingles was coming at you,
Yeah.
not just like a one pack of them. You could
No.
could have
There
fucking
was 12
popped 'em
packs
like
coming at me. 12 packs.
Damn.
Because the way they had put it up there, was on a board.
We cut the
and
2x4s,
that board just came off. They
didn't nail it in.
They didn't nail into a rafter. They just nailed into plywood. Well, a little time, and that thing just fell out because they didn't use very long nails. They used an 8 through a 2x4, and it's only holding in there an inch and a quarter maybe, and that much pressure.
It's a lot of weight.
Finally, it just
weight.
gave.
It's
So I
crazy
went
how
out.
heavy
And
shingles
so
are.
that doesn't bother me
Like
because
when you
I'm
broke your rib.
no.
That's when he
through
fell on a rafter.
ceiling joists when I fell through ceiling joists when that happened.
My rib.
Yeah, I remember we were watching stand-up comedy. He's laughing. Oh, my rib!
You always got to bring up the shit that makes me look bad. I don't like a little
That shit's
bitch.
funny.
I mean, the shoe fits.
Guys, I did deadlift 315 5 times today.
215.
Deadlift.
Oh, I was gonna say you couldn't even deadlift me. You could deadlift me then.
5 times.
Can you bench me?
Probably not.
How many times could you do a 180? You think?
185.
Yeah, that's what they do at the combine, right?
No, they did 225.
Now they do.
How many times can you do
College
2 and a
college.
quarter?
185. I probably have 5 in me.
You think you get two and a quarter at once?
No.
What do you
tried it.
squat?
I did 275 like 8 times.
There you go. What's your max ever? Just one time.
Never
Don't
max
know.
out, do you?
275 8 times. That's my max.
Speaking of irrational fears in the gym, I always think like something fucking crazy is gonna happen. It's like I'll end up with like my bone out on my arm or something.
Yeah.
Go down for a squat and I'll
Yeah.
come back up.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a fear of getting old, but I do have a fear of losing everything, not being able to like play sports and shit like that.
Yeah. Just
Because I want to get old, man. I want to see my fucking kids, get old.
Yeah, I'm just ready to be old, not get old.
man, y'all hurried through life. Some of my best times was when I was your age, with kids.
Nah.
Yeah.
Some of the worst times in your life is when you were 28. You're dealing with kids in the hospital. And
True.
Well, I mean, there's
maybe
always
his
good and
age,
bad.
not mine.
Yeah, there's always good and bad in everything, bro. I mean, I get it, but
Got to balance out, right?
yeah. I mean, but as far as parenting, those are some of the fun times. I mean, sure, was it different because we spent a lot of time in the hospital with you? Yep.
When you were 28, wasn't very fun for me.
Maybe not for you.
You got a staple in your cheek? Get over here.
I'm sure
But
it
that was
wasn't
fun
fun
for
for,
me.
him, but
Oh, I was being hyperbolic at some points.
It's
How's that water? Which one is that? Is it the cucumber?
but when I was 28, you were 9. So I mean, you're 28. Your kids are 14.
Old enough to be in my pallbearers.
well, they better start getting on their deadlift.
Yeah, I'm not being buried though.
When you're 28,
Couple
how
years.
old are you?
24. Yeah.
About to be 25.
My youngest will be 5.
So
Still
when you're
got like half
28,
a
your
year.
oldest will be 14 as well.
12.
Huh?
She's about to be 12, so.
Right.
Because it's your birthday and then her birthday, right?
Yeah.
You turn. It's kind of like somewhere right here.
All right. Well, same thing. Though. About.
Boy, it is getting warm outside, so it is getting warm in here, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go kick the air on a little bit.
I feel fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, shit, why you gotta go?
Because I'm fat and don't sweat.
True. 70% of his body is covered in burns, so he only sweats in like 3 places.
But
in the back.
But you know,
Growing
when you guys were kids, I used to coach a lot. But now I'm back to coaching soccer for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds.
Coaching a little
Too
bit of
young.
footy, huh?
Yeah, coaching 3, 4, and 5-year-old soccer is a little different than when because when you guys were 3, 4, and 5, I was a bit of a jerk to you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that. You don't become. I was that parent at that time. No, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it right. You're gonna get better. You're gonna blah 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 blah. If I gotta punch you in the chest, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, see, with my kids, I pay somebody else to say it a lot nicer.
Yeah.
I don't know how to tell you how to get you to do it right. Just fucking do it right, man.
And then
I've told you 100 times, dude. You need to open up your hips the other way.
yeah. I mean, but that's why I was with you guys. I mean, and then I just and it was forced physical bullying. I'm sure. I mean, dude, you've already told the throwing baseballs at you to learn how to be a catcher to stay.
Fucked my nephews up this morning.
But that's I missed it, and now I'm back in it, and I do like it. So I understand that fear of getting old and not being able to do what you normally could do.
Yeah, you hit that like 12 years ago, huh? I'm too old to do much.
What the hell you mean, bro?
At the time I was a junior, you were not done physically. I'm just talking shit.
He came down to Florida. We did a obstacle relay.
Yeah, that he had to sit and wait with his hands on his knees for you to catch up at some points.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Yeah, I could have.
If you're asking if I'm still in that condition, hell no, I'm not.
Hey, they want us back at the triathlon in Joplin.
Yeah.
Well, you, Cody, and Bert Tyler, I didn't get nothing. Because technically I didn't finish. I think it's July again. But y'all got to pay for yourself this time.
Yeah.
But I think it even might even be more. Woo, go.
I don't have a bike for it. You got some shit going on.
I got a bike you can rent.
Yeah,
because when I was pulling up on the bike last time, you were on the first, like you were like already out of the place, like on the road going down. Maybe that was Cody. Maybe you were closer to done.
I don't know. I finished hour 4:04.
I know Tyler really impressed me with that. I thought he was going to get third, not second.
Yeah.
I knew I was getting last.
I thought him and Cody would be a little bit closer. Maybe buddy system it.
But he's more active.
My split time on the bike was the best.
He's still in high school playing sports.
Yeah.
Hitting that weight room, doing all that stuff. That's a big deal.
That's different.
No, I understand.
See, Tyler looks pretty thick, but he's pretty fit.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he throws me off, like because sometimes I still think of him like a little chunky 13-year-old, a little chunky 12-year-old he was in my head.
He's 18 now.
Yeah, forget he's a grown ass. He's 19, bud.
Oh shit! I'm a year off.
Almost 20.
Yeah, well, they're gonna start.
Has it been? Because he was like 5 months when the accident happened, or something like that.
Yeah, November and they. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's pretty solid.
That's what I'm saying. That's how long I've been learning. Whole fucking adult male now.
His whole life, basically.
Sucks for him. He didn't see me when I was good looking.
Shit. Well, I've been burnt like 3/4 of my life.
Yeah.
I know, shit. I've been burning almost 2/3 of mine.
Crazy.
You'll always have that on me, though. That percentage.
Yeah.
But so you sent us an article. We're trying to get better at these. Have actually topics, not just ramble about fucking fantasy football for an hour and a half every time. We were talking. Obviously, today's been about what fear,
kind of.
what you're afraid of,
and how you deal with fear.
And you sent an article to us.
Yeah.
That I have to admit is TLDR, bro. It was more than 2 thumbs. Didn't read it. It's too long. So what was it about? You want to?
Which one I sent you to, dumbass?
See, even your tweets are TLDR sometimes, bud.
It was 2 links and a no fear T-shirt thing.
Man, those were some cheesy shirts.
Yeah, but it was the brainwashing of
But I
America.
was like
to
5
overcome
when
your
that
fears.
company went bankrupt. So.
You wear these, overcome it. The just do it's another thing that goes through it, and it's just, I don't know, propaganda, if you will. That's just telling you just got to do it. You got to get rid
Just
of
do
your
it.
fear. You got to.
We got it pulled up.
Oh, well, the whole thing about snakes. If you scroll down there, this is just an interpretation
So
of
go
fears.
to fear of death. Or snake, whichever comes first. I think it's
Fear closed spaces, fear heights, fear spiders.
This is
Hey,
on.
hey, I'm not scared of them, but
But I kill
fuck
'em.
spiders, bud.
Yeah,
If you're in the house,
You're dead.
I'm a serial killer,
Hey, the
bud.
thing about spiders, if they live in your house, they tend to grow up in your house. So if you put them outside, they're gonna die anyways.
So you might as well just.
So you might as well just kill them
Whack
for all
'em.
Is this how you justify the death of poor anacrids?
What,
Wait,
I don't know what the fuck they are, but no.
what they're
arachnophobia.
Just like you put a
arachnids.
cat in the
Yeah.
house and then you just go throw that bitch out in the woods. The cat's probably
Yeah,
gonna
if you
die.
domesticate it, but
Yeah.
Do
you're
you
not
know-
domesticating spider. You're not feeding it. It's still got
But
to catch
it's
the
Every
Every
Still-
time you guys kill a spider, you're making the spider gene pool even sneakier. Because you're killing the dumb ones that are just out in the open. Think about it.
No, motherfucker, you open
Think how dumb spiders used to be then.
Right.
But as far as this article, if you look at fear of snakes, it kind of makes sense. It's not really a fear of snakes. Halfway-ish. And basically all it says is that you.
I'll read. We can read it verbatim. I blew it up. Hopefully they can see it on the podcast. We don't have the near 2 computer screens at the moment, so it might be wrong. It says fear snakes. You value the people around you and the relationship you have with them. Your fear of snakes is actually the fear of people you care about being in danger. According to the theory, humans, like other primates, are supposed to be afraid of creatures that may threaten their lives. It's what? It's like an instinct. Not that. These lights are messing with me. Your fear of snakes is simply an expression of your brain that instinctively seeks to protect you and your loved ones from danger.
Right, and so way back when we were Neanderthals, they watched snakes kill people, and then over time, we just watched snakes kill people. And I think it's the same for insects, basically, and so on and so forth. We have that fear of it. And so, and I don't know if this is just like, I'm a Taurus, and is today's horoscope right? This is just an interpretation of what meaning fear of snakes, but it's close. I mean, like I said, I do fear. I mean, I try to protect people and so on and so forth like that. So that's all that means. And I just thought it was weird that you can interpret your fears. Like,
Pull up and see what the
Alright, I'll pull it back up.
fear of death is. That's my biggest one.
I think it was.
I want to say it was down, actually. It's pretty far down there. I think I did.
Blood.
I don't like other motherfuckers' blood on me, but it's not like,
I
oh
got
my.
a fear of needles like a motherfucker because
Oh, I got
anytime-
that one.
Anytime Paulina was getting her shots and shit, when she had the babies, I fucking got all pale. I needed some juice. I started fucking sweating. I was sweating so bad this last time. I was like, "Yep, it's a fear."
I used to hyperventilate and shit when we talk about needles.
See, and I can watch them. I can watch people put needles in me all day long. Doesn't bother me.
I can do it now.
The only time I ever got queasy
Yeah.
like that was the one time they tried to put an IV in you before surgery, which
They don't like doing that when I'm the grown man anymore.
and I was like, hey, no, you need to put the IV in before. I mean, after he's been sedated, they're like, no, we have to do it now. And I'm like, they tried 3 times in the right arm, 3 times in the left arm, And I was like, you just need to go find his doctor right now.
When you get somebody knows what the fuck they're doing.
Because I felt that flush feeling that you're talking about. I could just feel it on the when they went to the second arm, and I was like, can you do it?
Especially when it's hurting them.
Yeah. Well, he was overreactive too. Not overreactive, but he reacted.
Oh yeah, it's like I was 11 going through some shit.
Yeah.
All right. Fear of death. You love to surround yourself with the people you love, and you don't like being alone. You often prioritize others before yourself, and you are very generous. Although it is very good to satisfy your loved ones, don't forget to fulfill your needs too. In many cases, the fear of death can result in the fear of suffering or having pain. Oh, I mean, you were 5 when it happens, and you just don't like being in pain.
I don't.
And during that, you were stuck in basically a hospital room, and you didn't have visitors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week while you were in there. You would have to go time when shit was going and someone wasn't.
And then they'd be on a...
And it wasn't... I mean, but there'd be a couple hours where they'd be like, well, I got to run home and whatever, and you were still there.
I guess I don't remember that.
Well, I hope you don't remember that.
I mean, there wasn't someone in there every minute you were in a hospital room.
Yeah, I think because I was a child, my brain has blocked out a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah, because has anybody ever asked you, oh, do you wish you remember what happened? No, I don't fucking
why would
remember
I want to
that.
remember that?
I get
Why
that.
the fuck would I want to remember that?
Unless you want to read your biggest one.
Oh, what, losing family and loved ones?
Yeah, loved one or I mean, I guess it's your shit. Try to go to failure too.
What? Oh, failure?
I don't know. Is that whatever your biggest one is?
I didn't read it, so I don't know what my shit is. Snakes, clowns. And we just scrolled past. I guess we're. What did it say? Oh, fuck. What did it say?
What?
Fear of the dark. I've never been scared of the dark itself. Been scared of what was in the dark.
Bro, you know what? You know what overcame my fear of the dark? Was this motherfucker. I think I've said it on here before. But we were walking in Greenfield from the elementary to home after an open gym one time. And it's dark as fuck down our road. And I'm talking about how I'm scared, and he goes,
There we go.
why are you scared of the dark? I'm the scariest thing in it. And I said, goddamn right. And after that, I really wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, shit, my
I remember
brother.
I was the motherfucker who had to take out trash all my life. So if I ever had to do it in the dark, man, that is the quickest I would run to the trash can and back. Really, the back part.
You know
You don't know what's behind you. You can when you're walking out there, you can see, and it's not bad. But once you close that lid, you know, or you turn off the light downstairs,
or when you're moving the lid and you like think you see something move behind it. Like, what the fuck? If you just would have took the trash out after school like you're supposed to, you would have been doing it in the dark.
We fucking had like pizza.
Guess you weren't scared of getting your ass whooped, huh?
Oh, bro, I did my chores. Trust me.
It says, fear of failure. You are a sensitive person and you are constantly looking for love, your way of feeling safe. This fear was born with the current society in which we stigmatize failure. We have to pass our exams. I guess I don't know. But what you are really afraid of, failure in itself, is not so scary. In reality, the fear of failure is the fear of not being loved. You are convinced that if you make a mistake, you will disappoint and people will no longer love you. Maybe. I don't know.
Is that right? I mean, there's hints of that for failure for everyone, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's 100% tied to I would be scared that I would lose the love of the people around me, though.
What if you fail them?
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, and I guess then that's kind of why it was, you know, I didn't have a dad sob story, and then my biggest fear, I guess, was not being there for you guys as your father. So I guess there was a fear of that at one point. But as I got older, a lot of my fears have disappeared.
Yeah.
Because they've just I've outgrown them, I guess.
Like you said, you're not really
guess.
afraid of dying because you raised your kids.
Yeah, you guys are going to be able to take care of my grandkids.
Yeah, your
No
lineage is
worries.
already
You know what I'm saying?
passed or
Yeah.
passed on or whatever. I don't know. I guess I don't know if I fear not being loved.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone wants love to be loved, though.
I mean,
maybe not by everyone,
I think I've had.
but us, your wife, your kids.
I think I've had low self-esteem, so I don't think people that actually love me do.
Oh, that's
They might
probably true.
want something out
I
of
can
me.
see that part.
They want something out of me. In reality, they don't. Oh yeah. Now, if everything's gone right, they've seen us and this.
Sweet. Sweet.
If everything gone right, they were seeing us and the thing. If not,
So we were just looking at the screen.
yeah.
The
So I think it's just because we're on the one screen,
right.
so it's not.
The
If
no, I can
not,
see
fuck
that.
them.
I don't know. It's kind of weird though, to kind of focus in on fears.
Because I don't know. I've been thinking a lot lately. Working through some shit, and
Gotta go deep in
I think for a long time I have had low self-esteem, and never let myself admit it. Maybe part of having the low self-esteem is that mine or yours? Is it important? You can go take it.
No, I'm good. But yeah, but I think you outgrow some fears, and I think at different stages of life you have different fears, and I would imagine that everybody has their demons,
Oh, definitely.
so that creates the fear that's within you.
Damn, this damn thing.
So anyway, that's kind of our take on fear, and so thanks for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification.
Damn, you wrapped
button.
that up quick, huh?
Oh.
You should have just took the phone call
Oh.
instead of making us
I think that
leave.
was an alarm.
Huh?
Was that an
No,
alarm?
no.
Oh, that's
but-
how my alarm sounds.
Anyway, it was a good little chit chat, and
Hell yeah.
we'll come back next time. We'll have something else to talk about. I
We're not
suppose.
gonna talk about overcoming fears. We're gonna talk about being a bunch of pussies.
Maybe next week. Maybe next week.
No,
What's a
next
fear
week's a
you've
new
overcome?
subject. What's a fear I've overcome?
Yeah. Because my fears I can't really overcome. I mean, I guess until.
You outgrown.
I don't know. At one point in my life, I was scared to death of going to the doctors, going to the surgeons. I was scared to death of needles.
Well, you were on the brink of death
Yeah.
for a while.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, what have I overcome? I go to the doctors willingly now. I take myself to the doctor. It's not
Forced upon.
somebody telling me. I mean, just some of the physical ones, like there's barriers we all have to overcome emotionally and mentally,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and those are the ones that I feel like take longer.
Definitely.
Yeah, I guess you'll never get over that fear of not wanting to die, or
Oh, I don't want to die, but I'm not scared to die anymore. I mean, if I was to go, there's a difference of wanting to die because I
see,
don't.
and
I
I
wanna
feel like
live.
that's a fear I've never had. Is dying. I was doing everything right and still almost died. I mean, you do the same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you remember it more.
No, it's not that. It's
And
more
your
that,
recovery was a little bit longer, but I'm not going to sit here and say I'm suicidal. I'm definitely not. But at some points in my life, I did shit and didn't care if I died.
Oh yeah, me too. But
But I'm
the
saying,
same
like,
time
the
now-
having that fear is makes a lot of people, like, not do stuff. I've not given a fuck.
Yeah.
Some of my points,
yeah. Yep.
But I don't know. As soon as I put that ink on the, it's kind of. I paid somebody to put a needle on me for 12 hours. That's kind of how I overcame that
needles.
one. But
Fuck yeah. Nice. I don't know. I guess I guess one fear I've always had was snakes. I would get that. That comic. Oh man. Like I remember one time we were cleaning out fucking Cherokee, right? And it had that fence,
Mhm.
and I had to rake all the leaves out of it. Bro, I seen a snake through the rake, ran out of there, all that.
Nope.
You know, like in Greenfield, I seen one time, same thing. And then I didn't see one for a while, and I fucking, we were mowing one time over in Nixa, and I fucking seen a snake, and I didn't run away from it, but I was like, oh shit, a snake. Like, and then I watched it scurry away, and I was like, I guess I'm overcoming a little bit.
You know what that snake's a
Total
fucking
bitch.
human. I'm out of here. He's got a weed whacker.
I had to push my
I lost my cousin last week to a weed whacker like that. I think it was that same prick. But anyway, I mean, I don't know. I don't think you should let fear stop you from doing some stuff. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
Like some fears do need to be overcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna overcome shit differently. You know?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
For sure.
I mean,
So
I don't know.
it's fear. I don't know. Fear is as much
We all have a different.
as a motivator as it is a deterrence.
Absolutely.
You know.
I mean, just as a parent, you have the fear of dying and leaving nothing to your kids. You also have the fear of not being able to provide for your kids and so on and so forth. I mean, fear goes both ways. You're absolutely 100% correct. And I know you like it when I say that on there.
And the
I just
situation
like when you
of
say it
that
off there,
type
too.
of fear is always different. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really have a fear of heights, but at the same time, or flying, but at the same time, you hit turbulence and you're like, poof, and you're like,
Well, that's a surprise.
yeah, I know, but still, you're like,
Because you're not
is this
controlling.
motherfucker going down? Is this motherfucker going down? Now I'm scared of heights and flying.
And then you feel like a diggity,
you're like, oh,
ditch when it.
Yeah.
You can now take off your seatbelt.
Yeah.
Because it's like what 1 in a million, 1 in 5 million planes go down because of turbulence.
Oh,
It's something crazy. Like
I'm going to tell you, every time a plane goes down, it hits the news.
Yeah.
So we had the two 737 Maxes that, kind of did something and then crashed here lately. And then in my lifetime, other than those two, I believe only I can remember 2 other times a big liner jet fell out of the sky. I mean,
yeah, the last one was Malaysian or something.
yeah, that's one of the ones that I was talking about. The one of them. One was in California. The top of it ripped off, and just kind of fell apart. But you don't hear about a lot of
Convertible
planes.
747s ain't very functional.
Yeah. Now you hear
Yeah.
about the little planes where
Little Cessnas and shit.
little Cessnas, and they go down.
Those are.
I mean, you hear about those.
I guess
those
I am talking about commercial
Yeah,
flights.
yeah.
But of commercial flights, I can only remember 4 in the news in my lifetime, and I'm almost 50 years old.
Yeah, 3 of them happened in
And
one day.
and then if you want to throw in the old,
That's a bad joke, huh?
if you want to throw in the the space shuttle that one time, or actually there's been 2, right?
Challenger was in my lifetime. I was in like elementary school, or one. I don't know if it's Challenger.
I think Challenger was me. Anyway,
Yeah, there's one that blew up when I was in like 3rd grade.
yeah, that was coming in for a lady.
It had like first lady astronaut on it, or
No, that was in when I was.
what is that? Am I getting them confused?
Yeah.
Do I think the one that happened in my lifetime is Challenger? So
Yeah.
saying all the Challenger facts about the shit that happened in '98.
Yeah. Because I can
You must have
remember.
watched the movie.
I can remember exactly where I was. I was in Mr. Leslie's shop class.
Yeah, Bruce Willis was in it.
So,
Anyways,
yep. All right.
that's a fear though, huh?
What?
Ellie, extinction level event.
Oh,
Oh,
if it
Was that the
happens, it
same
happens. I
movie?
won't be around to fear it.
That might not even be the same movie.
Oh.
I don't know.
yeah.
Anyways,
All right. Have a good week.
like,
See you next time.
subscribe. Peace.
Notification bell.
Notification to.
Get it right,
Honest.
fool. We make this fool get it right.